All right, guys, how you doing? Midwest Brown Boy Chronicles, episode 5, take 1. Been a minute since I recorded a video. Definitely need to get back into the thread and things, the fold of things, if you would. I definitely have found already only a month and a half into doing this. You better commit to it fully. If you try to half-ass, if you try to not do it all the way through, it definitely feels like a task you don't want to accomplish. And I'm here to let you guys know I'm in for the long haul. You will be getting some Midwest Brown Boy Chronicles every week. We will be here. In a random story, I saw that video of the zebra, the pet zebra, found out its name was Ed, in Tennessee, that escaped and was finally returned back to its owner. I just found myself questioning, one, why you had a pet zebra in Tennessee, and two, how the hell did it escape? I don't get that part. I would assume if you have a zebra that's pretty big, you probably have a pretty big fence and a lot of safe measures, so it must have really got out and it probably didn't want to go back. It's a zebra, they're not exactly supposed to be domesticated, but I digress. People do whatever they want in America, and they kind of buy whatever they want to, so I was really surprised. NBA Finals are going on right now. Pacers won game 1, which I told you guys I wasn't going to be terribly surprised if Tyrese Halliburton went off. What did he do? He went off, game winner, dominated in the last 5 minutes of that game when they were down by 9. Everything that a team that you're not supposed to count on does, they definitely did. They made a wonderful comeback, stunned the OKC fans, and the Thunder themselves had Shea Gilgeous-Alexander looking like, what the hell did I just watch? No, they didn't. But then they came back in game 2. I watched on Sunday, and just lackluster performance in OKC. It's really hard to beat a team at home twice, especially in a moment like the finals where everything matters. Everything's on the table. You cannot take any game for granted, any minute for granted. So I expect game 3, which is tomorrow, to be very competitive. Thunder are going to come out with their best foot forward, and the Pacers are going to do whatever they can to win that game and go up 2-1. I still see it going Thunder in 6 unless the Pacers can really go home and change how they have been playing. Tyrese Halliburton is amazing. He is an up-and-coming rising star. I won't say superstar yet, like they've been saying on First Take and everything, but I will say rising star, budding star. He's getting ready to break through. If they win this ring, then you're going to call him a superstar. That's for damn sure. Really good series for them to make it this far, and their biggest challenge yet, but I just feel like the Thunder still have way too much firepower. Their arsenal is still so much more deep than the Pacers' arsenal is, and I think it's still going to be Thunder in 6. But we're here to really enjoy a good series. So the whole conversation of, oh, it's not open big market teams, it's not going to sell for the finals. You lying to yourself. If you're a diehard fan like I am, we just want really great championship play. That's all we want. Also, I haven't told you guys yet, but I absolutely love tennis. I am a tennis fiend, okay? I'm not going to be like, okay, I'm going out to like the Libema Opens and like the Madrid Opens and stuff, but I am a tennis fan. I follow tennis actively. I do follow the Grand Slams like most tennis fans do the most. Dream of mine is to go to the French Open in France or go to Wimbledon in London. I would love, love, love to go to one of those Opens. I'll even take the US Open or the Australian Open. Australian Open, maybe not so much because I don't want to get eaten alive by Australian wolf spiders. And no, just kangaroos aren't going to fight me. And maybe not the Australian Open, but we're going to say my dream is definitely the French Open and Wimbledon in London. That being said, I'm a diehard fan of more the really talented but emotional tennis players. I know America is very, very hellish on making sure we know about how our American players are doing and celebrating them. And Coco Gauff is a great story. I really do appreciate everything she's doing for American tennis again, women's tennis again in America. Want our men's tennis to break through, but it has to be the right way. I do get a little frustrated watching tennis in America and hearing how much we kind of hang our hat on the American tennis players when we've known for the last 20 years American tennis has kind of been B plus on a good day, C on a random day. Honestly, it's more a European sport. It's more European players who are just destroying it in tennis. I am a big Carlos Alcaraz fan. I like Yannick Sinner. My favorite tennis player in men is Daniil Medvedev. He's from Russia. He's not the reason the country's doing all the crazy things they're doing, so I can still love him as a tennis player. Know he's great. And in women's tennis, my favorite player is Aryna Sabalenka. I really just, she's from Belarus, which is Russia's like ally, but at the same time, that don't mean nothing because they super talented and they're not wearing their flags every day. They're just trying to be great players. And so I really like their games because they play with a lot of emotion. They are super talented. If they could just calm themselves down sometimes, they would be great all the time. But I think playing with emotion in a game like tennis makes you great. See Carlos Alcaraz on Sunday against Jannik Sinner in their final. He did amazing. He brings it back from 2 sets down. He does whatever he can to get the crowd involved, to get emotions involved, and just makes decisive shots that you can't even do anything but take your breath away. Just it's how good he is. Coco winning her second Grand Slam. She deserved it. Arena just lost her emotions. She just lost her cool completely. Could not find a way to breathe easy because Coco was just calm the whole time, collective, and had no worries, but just wanting to win her next Grand Slam. So I do expect Wimbledon, that is coming up in 3 weeks, to be very, very, very competitive. I want to say they'll all make it back, but at the same time, it's saying that certain players play great on certain surfaces, where in Europe, clay is a real big thing. Grass is a big thing for more American, more London kind of Wales area. They don't really all do that in Europe. So grass is honestly kind of an even surface. But then we get to the US Open in August, and that's everyone's surface. So I'm really excited. I've been a tennis fan for 15 plus years. All the days at home, my mom at her house, just nothing on TV in the summer when you don't have cable, just hanging out, trying to see what's on. Basketball's almost over. Football season's not going. I didn't have anything I really focused on watching yet. Reruns of movies you love. And then I just randomly stumbled upon tennis one weekend, and I just told myself, well, wouldn't hurt to learn this. So now I'm a tennis buff, and I love it, love it, love it. Our American tennismen will break through, though. I do think it's sooner than later. Ben Shelton looks amazing. Tiafoe's great. Tommy Paul's amazing. We have some players. Corda is even really great. I am looking for João Fonseca from Brazil to be a top 10 player in the next 2 years, even though he's 18, because he's a phenom. So I really am excited about that. Music recommendations. Amine's new album. Fire. Absolutely excellent. 13 Months of Sunshine is the name of that album. Amine, not Anna May, which I absolutely adore, but that's for another episode. Amine, Amin, accent over the E that goes this way, which if it's opposite on the video, I don't know. This way is like the E with like the accent like up on top of the E, going to the right of the E, you know? I'm just trying to explain it, but it's kind of confusing. Anyway, good album. Really, really good album, top to bottom. Favorite song right now is Temptations, followed by Vacay, followed by Changer. It's one of those albums where it's going to slow burn you. You're going to definitely love it initially, hear a few songs and latch on to them, and then I bet a week from now you're going to find another song you're going to just start loving even more, and another one. Another artist, Sailor. I can't think of the name of her album off the top of my head. Oh, but her new album, Sailor, Sailorr, is amazing. She's an up-and-coming R&B artist. Has a song with Summer Walker, which is Pookie's Requiem, which is actually the reason that I found her 4 months ago. It's an amazing song, but it's nowhere near the best song on that album. Itadakimasu. I really like Girl's Girl right now. Sincerity is amazing. She is a very honest and open artist. And when I talk to you guys about loving music in so many forms, I do. And you'll find that a lot of my artist recommendations will probably be R&B. And I want you guys to know that's just because I like rhythm and blues. I don't care where it comes from. I don't care how it sounds. If you are doing something that I've never heard before, making my heart just want to run away and sing in a different way, I'm going to come and find you. I really will. Sailor is one of those artists, 100% to none. And another artist that I want to give you guys off the crazy like randomness of my heart. His name is Jaden, JXDN. I had to do some research on him because I didn't know where he came from. I downloaded his album just because it looked decent. I liked the image of him on top of a rooftop, I think, just contemplating life, which all of us can relate to. It is one of my favorite albums. Again, I cannot think of the name of the album. I think it's When the Music Stops, but I'm not sure. That's not going to be R&B. JXDN. Jaden is going to be, I don't even know, sad boy pop. sad boy rock, a little bit of heavy rock, a little bit of in between. I really like just expressive, and if you really love expressive artists who are gonna hit you in multiple places, give them a listen. JXDN, Jaden. Horror movies, I love bringing them up. The next one coming up is actually 28 Days Later. I don't think I've talked about that movie at all in my videos this far, but 28 Days Later, oh my God, with Aaron, oh God, Aaron Taylor Johnson's going to be in that movie. A bunch of actors that are up and coming. It's the fact that they've been able to hold this off for so long, and it's going to basically be at their doorstep. That gets me super excited. I really love zombie, more infection movies. I love them. The idea that, man, you got to be on your P's and Q's 24/7. There is no turn around and not see it. You need to see everything and run from everything. It looks so good. I think it's going to be a really fun movie. And then the following week, Him finally comes out. The one I've been telling you guys about with the football player, quarterback, I think, who wants to be great. But the question's going to be, at what cost? At what cost? And again, if you guys have not seen Bring Her Back and you're horror movie fans, stop playing with me. Go see it. Bring Her Back. Do not wait for it to go to demand. Do not wait for it to go to streaming and you pay $30 for it because it's going to be brand new for the first 2 months. Go see it in theaters. Run away in your dreams like I wanted to. It is worth it. And for this episode, I'm going to end it on this. Older I've gotten, the more time I've spent with myself, just one-on-one time, looking in the mirror, screaming out loud, screaming internally, just learning how to be a man who is approaching a new decade of his life, who is now in the new decade, 30 years old and counting. I was talking to my mom the other day, and it was so funny. I was talking to her about how I give so much, and I'm actually willing to. I want to talk to somebody and see how they feel, and get the conversation out of them that they may not want anybody to have. Maybe the moment they say something that they shouldn't have said, where I now think to myself, they need to talk to me a little longer. Let me be there for them. Let me communicate in a way that they didn't think somebody could just care for them right now in. And in that same sense, my mom said, but just make sure they're not trauma dumping on you. And I just stopped because I was like, make sure they're not trauma dumping on me. And I said, no, that's actually the biggest thing that I've been fighting is I can take it from anybody. I don't know if you guys know what an empath is, but I sincerely believe I am one. I am a man who just feels around me. I embrace feelings around me. I want to know more about who's around me, who I surround myself with, who I surround myself with at work or in a random setting. It could be a random potluck, a random cook-off that I'm at. Why am I standing next to these certain people? I always question why. I want more. I want to know. The hunger for more, you would say. And I find myself in the last 5-6 years getting taken advantage of even harder because I am a man who is okay with being open and honest about readying himself for those conversations, for listening, for giving my feedback, for supporting, and being that holding hand you need, being that shoulder to cry on. And I want it the same way, but I feel great to know that I can give it to somebody without taking it from someone else. And so I told my mom that I really have stepped back since I turned 30 6 months ago. I really have stepped back and questioned how much love I have in my corner. How many people are truly here to love me for what I need them to love me for. They see who I am. They see me as I am, and they do not change what I am. They instead love and amplify who I am. Those are the goals. And I'm telling you guys right now, they should be yours too. No matter what your age is, no matter who you are listening into this, make it a priority to make sure the people in your life have your great intentions at heart, your good intentions, your love, your care at heart. Because if they don't care about you the way you care about you, we're basically fighting an uphill battle and asking why we don't have anything to grab onto. So make sure people who love you are sincerely in your corner for the right reasons, not just to be there because you give love more than they do. So that's what I think. This has been another episode of Midwest Brown Boy Chronicles. I am your Midwest Brown Boy, Jalen Brownford, signing off. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night.